This week's video is a response to the question from Panda Banda, who asked in a recent YouTube comment, can you please make a video on how to focus? I know some people have to listen to music or have some sort of background noises. Thanks. So I thought I'd share 3 proven and practical suggestions that work for me and work for many of the students that I've worked with. I've even actually had parents tell me that these strategies have worked for them as well in their work and their tasks. Okay. So number 1, let's address that music thing. The boring truth is that most people are better off with total silence. So if you can find a quiet place to study, then that's going to be your best bet. 0 distractions. But if that's just not possible and you need something to drown out any distractions, then multiple studies have shown that the most effective type of music for study and focus is Baroque music, a particular style of classical music from around 1600 to 1750. The details don't matter. There are, though, hours and hours of playlists that you can play for free on YouTube. Any music with lyrics or fast beats are not great for focus or concentration. So I'm afraid that those favorite playlists on Spotify are not the way to go. Save those for the free time or the gym or whatever else. Tip number 2, get a clear plan of action. There's nothing worse for focus and productivity than not really knowing what you're doing or how you're going to do it. So before getting started on any task, make sure you have all the necessary resources or equipment, and make sure you have a clear plan of attack. So many students feel that spending time outlining or planning or prepping is just taking up time they could be spending actually getting on and writing or studying for or researching whatever the task involves. However, the exact opposite is true. I know it's counterintuitive, but having not only a clear plan to make the overall task a lot faster, also makes it easier, more stress-free, and results in a higher quality piece of work at the end. Therefore, of course, giving higher grades and marks. This is why I provide templates and structures in so many parts of my training in the 10-week grade transformation program, in my monthly member seminars, and it's why I have a whole module dedicated to showing students how to create clear and high quality plans for any extended response or essay that they write in my Write Like an A-Grader training. Okay, tip number 3, chunk down everything, both in terms of the tasks and time. Never tackle an essay by sitting down to write an essay. What? Yep. Don't tackle an essay by sitting down to write an essay. Here's what to do instead. First of all, sit down for 15 minutes first just to dissect the essay title and plan the content and structure, just like I said in tip 2. Then get up, have a quick break, and then spend 15 minutes finding the evidence, the examples or quotes for each of the body paragraphs that you've just planned. Then spend maybe 10 to 15 minutes planning or writing out, I should say, body paragraph 1, then the same for body paragraph 2. Notice I didn't say start writing the intro. I do have another video that I made a while ago about writing the intro last in essays. I'll put a link to it on this page somewhere. And notice that I've also given everything a time limit. This really helps focus us and get us into action. I genuinely play little mind games with myself when I have a challenging job to get done, whether it's challenging because I just don't really want to do it or because it's actually pretty tricky. I set a reasonable time limit and then I just get to work and I see if I can get it done. I even do it with things like doing the dishes or a bunch of ironing. And no, don't use your phone as the timer because, hello, distracting notifications. No, leave it out of sight while that time is ticking down. You're going to have to use a good old-fashioned clock. You'll be surprised at how much you can get done, though, when you do nothing but focus on that specific little task or part of a task within a certain time limit. Okay, so quick recap of those 3 super practical tips. Number 1, silence is best for focus, but if you really need something to listen to, then Baroque music all the way. Number 2, plan exactly what you're going to do, exactly how you're going to do it. No fluffing around, no excuse to get up and go and do and find something else. And 3, chunk down larger tasks into sections and give them time limits and then challenge yourself to get them done. And that Captain Obvious bonus tip, none of those should involve your phone. If you need it for accessing an email or photos or whatever else, get those things up in the planning and getting organized time and then switch off the data or Wi-Fi. Simple, no excuses. Okay, I hope that helps answer your question, Panda Panda. Great username, by the way. And I hope it helps anyone else watching. Give this video a thumbs up if so. I'm Katie Price. Leave me a comment on this page to let me know how you go with any of those tips. And until next week, let's make this a brilliantly productive and focused week.